Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another London Diaries vlog. These vlogs are meant to show you kind of a snippet of what real life in London is like, but also give you some inspiration for great things to see and do in London, maybe some good day trips sprinkled in there because we've got one in this video. So if that sounds good, let's jump in and let me share with you what I've gotten up to in London over the past month. So we are starting this month with a little day/overnight trip to the town of Wallingford in Oxfordshire. I actually went there to celebrate a dear friend's birthday, but I was so blown away by the town itself. Now, I did stay overnight. I booked a room over a pub there, and I'll leave all the details linked down below of where I stayed. I am gonna do a hotel room review video as well, and I'll do like more of a vlog with everything we did in Wallingford, but it's just such a charming town, and I think you could easily do it as a day trip from London. It's a really kind of fast train, it's under an hour, but if you did want to make a weekend of it, staying for 1 or 2 nights would be just lovely. I could not recommend it enough. Now, traveling back to London, I had a great new restaurant discovery over the past month. My friend suggested that we go to the Hero of Maida Vale. So it's in kind of the Little Venice area of Maida Vale. It's a pub, it's been renovated. They've redone the food menu and it is fantastic. We started with this kind of cheese toasty with like a cranberry, I think it's a cranberry chutney. Oh my goodness, so good. Comfort food, that's one of the starters, but you could easily turn it into a meal like we did. We got 2 salads to share with it as well. We had this pumpkin and goat's cheese salad, which was just savory and wonderful and hearty. And then we also had the chicken and bacon salad, which was just, I love myself kind of some chicken and bacon and like Caesar salad kind of vibes. Such a great spot, would definitely recommend it if you like kind of the cozy pub vibe kind of restaurant. Now, like most months in London, I also spent some lovely time in Regent's Park. It's just my happy place in London. Now, the month started out quite gray, but it did get warmer as the month went along. But it's just nice to see the early signs of spring, and I love seeing all of the birds out in Regent's Park. It is one of the things Regent's Park is known for. Now, I also had some friends visiting in February. They did a Galentine's Day kind of getaway to London, which I love that idea. So put that on your bucket list for next year if you haven't. So I met up with them over by Buckingham Palace, where we happened to see the changing of the guards, which was quite cool. Then we went into St. James Park, which actually when I first moved to London, I lived over in this area, which is kind of a random place to live, but I used to go jogging in this park every morning. And it was really fun and nostalgic to come back. I don't know why I don't come back to this park often. It was a bit crowded with tourists on a Sunday. I think we went on a Sunday. But I just thoroughly enjoyed it, and it reminded me of just how many great parks there are in London. So if you're ever not sure of something to do in London, pick a park you haven't been to. Now, the surprise of the day in this park is that there are pelicans in St. James's Park. Now, apparently the pelicans were given to the British in 1664 as a gift from the Russian ambassador. And ever since, 40 pelicans have called the park home. So you just never know what you're gonna see in London. And unfortunately there are signs saying don't feed the birds, and people were feeding the birds. So putting that PSA out there. Then we decided to continue down the road toward the Horse Guards Parade. So it just goes to show in this part of London, you can really see so much. The Horse Guards Parade is a ceremonial parade ground in St. James's Park, and it's the scene of the famous Trooping the Colour on the King's official birthday in June. But if you do want to see a bit of ceremony, every day at 11 a.m. the lifeguard change takes place, and it's 10 a.m. on Sundays. But do be careful not to get too close to the horses, because as you saw in the first one, sometimes they do buck and apparently they bite, so just be careful there. We then decided to continue on down the road to Big Ben. Now Big Ben is back in action because Big Ben was under renovation. It was covered in scaffolding. So it's really great to see Big Ben out and about again. Then we decided to continue on the bridge where you can see beautiful views of the Thames and the London Eye. It's amazing how in just such a short walking distance you can see so many of the greatest hits of London. And I have to say, when people ask me, hey, I'm only in London for like a couple days, what should I do? I always tell them to do this walk where you start at like Buckingham Palace, go work your way down through St. James's Park, over through the Horse Guards Parade, through to Big Ben, check out the London Eye, and then stroll along South Bank. So this is just, if you've got a great day where it's not raining and the weather is nice, there's so many great spots you can stop along the way. There's little like restaurants or coffees you can grab. There's some bathrooms sprinkled in. We just thoroughly loved it. And what you get to see is this beautiful London skyline emerging on the other side of the Thames, which is something we took a pause and a little stop to enjoy. We made a pit stop into this store called Brand Academy because my friends were looking for some gifts for their kids. And this was such a great gem of a store. I have to remember it the next time I'm shopping for a birthday gift and I don't know what to get someone, because there's just a mix of funny, sentimental, kind of touristy. There's a lot of great kind of gifty ideas and like things I actually wanted for my own house. So I definitely need to go back there. Then we decided to continue on. We were working our way toward the famous Borough Market. So Borough Market is definitely a place that you want to come hungry and thirsty because it's kind of like, it's outdoor with some coverage over it, food market. And it's been around in London for over 1,000 years. So it's very much kind of part of the city. It's run by a charitable trust now, but there's all these different food vendors, drinks vendors. You can find great gift items to bring home. So my friends had the idea to go for fish and chips. Now there are some good seafood restaurants in Borough Market, and we ended up going to one called Applebee's, which will make the Americans watching this laugh because it is not the Applebee's kind of fast casual restaurant that you know from the United States. Oh no, this is like quite a posh seafood restaurant. So I started with a spicy margarita. My friend got some oysters. I do not like oysters. And we got some very posh fish and chips. Now there probably are some better spots if you want like a really authentic fish and chips, but this was so good. Was battered with like the chips underneath. Chips are French fries, the mushy peas, like some nice kind of tartar sauce. We had a great meal. Then stuffed to the gills, we continued on with our walk. We popped across London Bridge Station through Hayes Galleria. And then we got back on the Thames because you can kind of like cut through there. And we went to go see the famous Tower Bridge. I was taking some pictures of the girls in front of the bridge because, you know, what says I've been to London more than a picture there? So just a couple little more bits of some things I got up to over the month. So another thing that I really love doing is you know, walking through every park. I think those who watch this channel just know that. But I actually had a purpose with this one. So a friend was having a birthday party and I made my way through the Primrose Hill Park. I came from the St. John's Wood area, from the tube station there. And this park is just so lovely. If you go to the top of Primrose Hill, you can see incredible views of the London skyline. But my mission was to make a beeline to the pub because we had a really fun day in store. So our destination for the day was a pub in Primrose Hill. I think it's called the Primrose. I will make sure I leave it linked down below. And my friends actually brought their bingo set to the pub. I love that you can do this in London. And we played bingo. I had an excellent burger. This pub, such a great burger. I love a pub at a burger as a guilty pleasure. This is definitely a good one. So, and then the day wasn't over. We actually, one of the girls, we had a mission. We went to the Everyman Cinema down in Borough Market, so completely different day, back at Borough, and we were gonna go see Bridget Jones, and we wanted to see it in Borough Market because in the earlier films, that's where Bridget's apartment is based. And we had seen on Instagram that there is a restaurant called Cowbird. It's a Thai restaurant now, and it's basically in a pub, but it's on the upper floor of the pub, and it's where they filmed Bridget's apartment in the earlier movies. So it was like a full circle experience. I loved the film and I loved the food at this restaurant. So I think Bridget would have been proud, but oh my gosh, the film made you laugh, made you cry, like on repeat. It was so good, so emotional. And then the food itself, we had, I mean, the red lighting doesn't help. I'm sorry, it doesn't make it look that appetizing, but we had like amazing chicken, like a bunch of like stir-fried vegetables, like these chicken meatballs. Everything was so good, like a nice spicy kick to it, but not too spicy if that's not your vibe. And then we had this like fried bao bun dessert with ice cream. Oh my God, like, is this a Thai take on an ice cream sandwich? I don't know, but I am here for it. So very exciting day today. I have been invited by the Garnier team to an event for a new product that's coming out. It's a clear kind of pimple patch that you like stick on your face on the pimple, which actually is really useful. You probably won't see it on camera, but down here under my chin, I've been covering it up with makeup, but I have this huge pimple. So sometimes the universe gives you exactly what you need, right? So I'm really excited to go check it out. It's very much a worlds collide because I work in marketing. I used to go to tons of influencer events when I lived in Boston. So it's really nice to see this starting to grow in London. So without further ado, let's head to Canary Wharf to go check out the event. So the Garnier event was actually in Canary Wharf, which is not an area I spend a lot of time in. And it was located in a place called The Cube. So I made my way over there on the tube and came into this like bustling, fabulous event. I was offered like welcome drinks. And I quickly learned, because I didn't know like what the Cube was. Well, the whole idea around the event was like putting the new kind of Garnier blemish patch to the test. And the whole idea behind the Cube venue is there's all these like challenges in different clear box kind of cube rooms, which was really cool. So a little bit on the blemish patch in case you're like me and you get the occasional blemish and you want to have something on hand to nip it in the bud quickly. So basically it's a hydrocolloid patch and it forms a protective seal over the spots, absorbing impurities to flatten and reduce their appearance. So you'll see later in this video, I put the patch to the test, but it's really thin. It actually looks invisible on your skin, which is crazy. And you can wear it day or night. I mean, I've definitely seen people with like other brands wearing the ones that are more like fashion with like colors and shapes, but I actually really liked how the Garnier one is invisible, because if you're just feeling a bit self-conscious, you could just like stick it on and go about your day. So it's really awesome. So a little bit more on the event itself. So it was really fun. There's all these games and tests, and it was just, some of them were like so funny to watch because you think like it looks easy and then you watch people doing it and they're struggling, and then you get in the box yourself and do it and you're struggling. So the event itself was structured around like areas where you could create content around the patches, areas where you could like try out the games, areas where you could have some food and drink, and it was really fun. But then I came home that evening, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, I had like a little blemish like under my chin. I think sometimes when I work, I sit with like my finger on my chin, so sometimes I break out in that area. So I stripped off all my makeup. I got home. I'm sorry the lighting is not good. I was filming this in my bathroom. I should have filmed it with my like desk set up, my ring light, but I like popped the patch on because it basically is clinically proven to reduce the appearance of spots in 8 hours. So I stuck it on there and thought, let me go to sleep with this on. Let's see. It does, you know, work on a range of like skin tones. So I put it on 2 different spots. I had one on my chin and one under my chin. And then as you can see here on camera, you can't really see them, can you? Which is just fantastic. And then I went to bed, so now you can see me the next morning, the moment of truth, where I'm taking off the pimple patch. And you can see how like it definitely did reduce the appearance of my spots overnight. I was really impressed by that. And then you can see where like the little raised bit was like the pimple, where it was really grabbing around the pimple. And then now I'm just feeling for the one under my chin, the bigger one, which also you can see the little spot it left. But yeah, it still is like a bit red, but I feel like overall the size, like the bump of it, and the redness toned down overnight with the pimple patch. So that was like a very successful experience. Yeah, so thank you Garnier for inviting me, for letting me put the pimple patch to the test at the event, and I've still been using them since, so I'm just gonna keep trying and see how it goes there. But yeah, it's really fun to get back into the influencer scene in London after being so, you know, ingrained in it in Boston for so many years. It was really nice to get invited to an event in London and meet so many lovely creators. So hopefully more to come there. Hello everyone. If things look a little bit different around here, it is because I'm actually going to a 1930s like experiential theater style dinner party. So I have tried my best to pull together a dress that I feel like might be 1930s. Let me see if that's any better. It just looks like a big black blob. I don't know if we'll be able to film anything at the party, but I'm wearing this really cool, like, it's textured, kind of tied wrap dress from H&M. And what I've done for jewelry is I've just layered a bunch of necklaces I own, which are all just costume jewelry pieces. My friend Jess actually handmade this string of pearls and gave it to me for my birthday one year, which was so nice. I've got just a necklace that was a gift from my mom. This bracelet here is from Anthropologie. And then I actually don't remember where these earrings are from, but also probably something like Ann Taylor or Loft or one of those in the US. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw on some boots and we've gotta go. Let's go see how this event is, and I'll make sure to sit down after and give you a full debrief. So the 58th Street experience was incredible. The location is in Peckham, so I took the tube to London Bridge, and then I got a rail train there, and it's literally right across the street from where you come out of the station. It could not be easier. We had such a fabulous experience. You're not supposed to film in there, but secret spy at my table captured a little bit of footage there. But basically it's this secret 1930s experience. It's meant to replicate the jazz age in New York City. And wow, is it fabulous. The venue inside, you know, it's like you're stepping on to like a film set in a way. And that's how they've structured it. Like, it's so glamorous. It's like a whole other world inside. And you have, I think, like a 4-course dinner. So we had a big table, we had a girls' night, it was so much fun. We had a big table, so they give you like a little amuse-bouche. Then we had like a salad-y option, and they do cater to dietary requirements. So we had like a salad with seafood in it. And then we had, I think I had the steak for my main. And then we also had a little like scoop of sorbet for dessert. So the food was really nice. I wouldn't say it was like anything exceptional, but what was exceptional were the performances. So all of the performers, like, they kind of warm up the room when you're arriving. So we're getting to our table, we're ordering our kind of drinks to start the night, and the woman who's like the host and the MC, I think she's called Belle, she comes over and she's in this like incredible red ensemble with like this beautiful headpiece. I mean, so glamorous. You really can like go for it with your outfits for this. And she comes over and in character, she gets to know you a little bit. And she does this for everyone, because then when she does her warm up, she calls out like who is celebrating a birthday and anniversary, you know, us with like the cheeky girls night up in the front. So yeah, it was just so wonderful. There's a couple different performers throughout the evening. There's a band. So if you love jazz and you're looking for something a little unique to do, or you're looking for a way to celebrate a special occasion, like I'm not kidding when I say most of the room were celebrating birthdays, anniversaries. One couple had just gotten married that day and had like their wedding party there. So it was really, really special. And we just did it. We did it as a girls' night, but we also had like quite a few birthdays we just didn't have a chance to celebrate. So it was like birthday meets girls' night. And instead of all kind of hosting our own separate parties, we thought, why don't we just splurge on a nicer night out? So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, depending on where you're coming from, Peckham is a little bit far, but the train links are really easy from there. And even some of my friends decided just to do Uber back and forth, and they said it was really easy. So yeah, so that was really fun. So that wraps up my kind of London Diaries video for the past month. I hope you enjoyed getting a little snippet of what I get up to in London. I always believe that, you know, when you get a chance to live in an incredible city like London, you have to really make time to enjoy it and almost like be a tourist in your own city when you have the time. So easy to get caught up in like the everyday grind of life. So I always really try to make it a point to just get out there and enjoy some lovely things in London. So I hope this inspires you, whether you're a local or you're a tourist, to either come to London or just to enjoy more of all that this great city has to offer. So wrapping things up, you know, if you like this video, please hit the like button. That really helps my channel in terms of discoverability. Leave a comment. Have you been to any of these experiences? Let me know what you think. Do you have any other great ideas for me on things I should do in London? Leave a comment down below. Sharing is always caring here on this channel. And last but certainly not least, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I'm having so much fun on this wonderful YouTube journey, seeing my channel grow, and I would love to have you join me for it. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you soon.